What's happening? This is Late Night CJ, and we back at it once again. Now, a lot of y'all know me to be, at this point, I don't consider myself to be a content chaser. I'm a content creator. So with that being said, sometimes I like to let certain subjects breathe a little bit. Let it have its moment. Let the content chasers hurry up, rush in, and be first, and have something that doesn't have a lot of substance, while I take a couple days and marinate on it and give y'all a deeper dive on it. Now, as y'all know that, earlier this week, Hulk Hogan died. And the general thing that came out was, F him, a lot of people were saying. And I understand that completely based upon what he came out later on in life and then doubled down on with when he was selling his beer and all of that. But for those of us that grew up in the 80s, us 80s babies, and that watched wrestling at that time, Hulk Hogan was the GOAT. Hulk Hogan was the Michael Jordan of wrestling. He was the face of wrestling. So if you grew up around in that era, you might have had your favorites, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, all those like that. But Hulk Hogan was looked at as the pinnacle of wrestling. But it goes deeper than that, right? Over this past week, there was 3 deaths. You had Malcolm Jamal Warner, you had Ozzy Osbourne, and you had Hulk Hogan. All 3 were a part of my childhood in some form or another. Malcolm Jamal Warner, that was Theo. I didn't know him as Malcolm Jamal Warner. I knew him as Theo. Then you had Ozzy Osbourne. He was like the face of shock heavy metal. He was the quintessential live fast, but he didn't die young, but just live life on fast forward. Everybody knew of Ozzy Osbourne, his weird show. He'd be like, all the narcotic, the drinking, the partying, the women, all of that, right? And then you had Hulk Hogan, the prayer, the training, the vitamins, what you gonna do? Yeah, all of that, right? I grew up watching wrestling. Saturday Night Main Event, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. This was a part of my childhood. And the part that people are struggling with, and I am, is I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because I'm watching as I get older, people that were a part of my childhood are now stepping off of that cliff of life. And as I start walking and I'm going forward and I'm getting closer to this cliff, I'm realizing there's more people behind me than there are in front of me. So I'm conflicted in the sense that it's not necessarily Hulk Hogan. It's realizing my own mortality, that I'm closer to the finish line than I am to the start of this race. Now, I remember growing up, my mama had bought me an audio tape. It was the Hulk Hogan workout plan, right? I didn't have no weights, so I'm in my living room doing push-ups and sit-ups for an hour and a half. Talk about the prayer, the trend, the 24-inch python. 8 years old. Yeah, look at these muscles. Violation. My mama watched me do that too, man. I was getting cramps all in the floor. I'm doing my push-ups was. But I want to be like Hulk Hogan. I seen No Holds Barred with him and Debo. Check that out. It was Debo from Friday. He was the person that was against Hulk Hogan and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, Saturday Night Main Events. We had church in the morning, and I would sneak and be watching it at 11:30 at night. And you know what I'm saying? When SNL was supposed to be on, but every so often they would have Saturday Night Main Events. I was there, not there, literally in the building, when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. When he fought Ultimate Warrior. When him and Macho Man got into it. When he turned around and flipped and became the heel. He became Hollywood Hogan. Then he came back with the red and the gold. And I wasn't even watching. I'm just watching from a peripheral because it was a part of my childhood, but I wasn't watching it like that at that point. It was like watching my childhood grow up the same way some people saw LeBron come into the league. It was like that for me. And then the tapes came out. That's the part that got everybody burnt right now. When the tape came out, that chick that he was with, his side piece, Message, men, you see how that side piece came back and ruined it all? Because apparently homie had been like this for quite some time, but it was under wraps. It wasn't until he got with the side piece that the tape came out where he talking about, if my daughter got with an N-word, I hope it's an N-word in the NBA that's like 8 feet tall, worth 100 million. So you couldn't even be a regular brother that worked at UPS or FedEx or something like that. You had to be a magical Negro to get with his daughter. And then he dropped another M-bomb at the end. And I was like, not Hulk Hogan. Not the person the prayer, the training, the vitamins, what you gonna do? Not him. He couldn't be no racist. He was like with Mr. T and all of them. He was around all these brothers, and the whole time you was calling us N-bombs in your head? Violation. I'd rather you be an open one and I know who you is than to be my friend and this is your get down on the low. So I'm conflicted. I'm watching my childhood be a deception. I've been deceived. I wanted the 24-inch pythons. And then after I let that go, I was like, you on your own, homie. You was a part of my childhood, but I can't rock with you. Then you doubled down and apologized 1 minute and said that was 8 years ago. I'm ashamed. No, that was character and brand assassination, that you was trying to do a cleanup job. But then because if you wasn't like that, then why did you transition into supporting Homeboy? You go to the Republican National Convention and you no, that was my childhood. You don't rip the shirt open for MAGA, homie. You doubled down, and then you started slanging beer with the American flag on it, and you knew who y'all was catering for, because otherwise you could have been a silent partner and got your hustle on and got your money, but you realized, who am I if I'm not Hulk Hogan? And here we are with the deeper dive. Just because somebody does something special, and just because you've known them or known of them for a long period of time, does not absolve them from being a real person. And sometimes the person in front of you is exactly who you think they are and not who you hope for them to be. Homie has been showing us who he was now for a long time. So am I happy he's dead? No. He had a family. He had possibly grandkids or whatever. He got a widow. Am I happy he's dead? No, because it's the realization that my time potentially is coming a lot closer than it is from the start. But I'm conflicted in a sense, because now I understand that life ain't promised for all of us. One of these days, you're gonna wake up, you're gonna have your coffee, you're gonna have some waffles, you're gonna be talking about, I'm gonna go see a movie later, and I'm gonna kick it, and then later that night, folks will be making a phone call about you to other people. If you're famous, your name will be on the timeline. And do you want people sitting up there saying, F him or F her? Who knows? That's on you, how your life has been lived. But this is Late Night CJ. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. 100.